Do you want to work, start a business, or even buy properties with no minimum price tag in Malaysia? Then this residency program is for you. In this video, I'm going to explain everything about Malaysian Permanent Residency. We'll talk about what it is, who can get it, how to apply, common mistakes, and if it's better than temporary programs like MM2H. Let's get started. So the Malaysian PR lets you stay in Malaysia forever. You don't need to renew visas like tourist or work pass holders. With PR, you can work, you can start a business, you can buy properties without many restrictions. You can also get access to public services like cheaper healthcare, local school fees, and social security. Unlike MM2H or work visas, PR is permanent. Once you get it, you can stay for as long as you like. Most foreigners start with a temporary visa before they can apply for PR. Now, these include work passes, student visas, spouse or family visas, medical or training visas, and investment visas. Over time, if you meet the requirements, you can apply for permanent residency. But after the 2024 update for MM2H, there's no direct access to PR. So you need to apply for PR manually in the future. Now let's talk about how you can get a Malaysian PR. There are five ways that you can get a Malaysian PR. Okay, let's go for the first one. Investment route. You must put at least $2 million in a Malaysian bank account and keep it there for 5 years. After that, your spouse and kids can apply too. For highly skilled people, if you are a world-class expert like a doctor or scientist or athlete, then you can apply. But a Malaysian sponsor and a certificate of good conduct from your home country are needed. If you have special skills like in medicine, IT, finance, and you have worked in Malaysia for at least 3 years, then you can apply. But for this, you would also need a recommendation letter and a local sponsor. Now, if you've been married to a Malaysian for at least 5 years and you have lived in Malaysia during that time, then you can apply. But don't worry, if you don't qualify for any of the above options, you can always apply based on points. The point-based system. Alright, so you would need at least 65 points based on age, education, work experience, investment, how long you've lived in Malaysia, and if you speak the national language, which is Bahasa Malaysia. Senang gila guys kalau nak belajar. It's very easy if you want. Sorry to interrupt, but there has been some development in the PR scene since I last filmed this. So I just want to give you guys some updates. Now, there are two major updates, and the first one is that foreign spouses of citizens will now have to wait 3 years before being eligible to apply for the permanent residency, down from the earlier 5-year requirement. So this is a good news. So instead of waiting 5 years, you only have to wait 3 years. Now, the second one is not so much of a good news, okay, because the points-based assessment system, right, the 65 points I just mentioned, that one has been removed. So that route is no longer applicable to this video. Yeah, it's been scrapped, and the reason is that there are many applicants that found the test to be confusing and very difficult, so there wasn't a very high passing rate as well, so the government decided to scrap it. So that's the update that I want to give you guys before the video gets released. Alright, back to the video. If this video is helpful, hit that like and subscribe button for more guides on living in Malaysia. It really helps the channel a lot. Now, PR versus MM2H, which is better? I know a lot of you are having this question in your head. Now, let's break it down. PR is permanent, while MM2H is a long-term visa that needs renewals and you have to constantly keep money in the bank and stuff. Alright, it's different. PR lets you work freely, start a business, earn money, and buy property much more easier without the minimum purchase price. PR also gives you cheaper healthcare, school fees, and other benefits. Here are the list of the PR and MM2H pros. If you guys want to know more about MM2H, you can check out my MM2H videos. I have a ton of videos on MM2H, so you can go and check it out and visit this video again. I don't want to explain again. Yeah. MM2H has a lower requirement and no work or income required. It's flexible for people who don't want full PR. So PR is best if you want to live in Malaysia permanently. And MM2H is better for people who just want to stay long term but don't need the full rights. They just want to enjoy the Malaysian culture and go back after a few years, 5 to 10 years. But for those of you who would want to stay here, live here, you want your kids to go to school here, you really love living in Malaysia, PR is your best option right now because you don't have to put in so much money. Let me show you the application process. I'm just going to list it down step by step. First, you got to check if you qualify. You got to choose the right PR route for you. Then prepare your documents. Of course, all the documents over here. You got to fill up the form and submit your application. Now, submitting your application is slightly trickier because you would need to go to the correct department. Like certain routes, you have to go to the immigration department, while certain routes, you have to go to the national registration office. So yeah, so you need to consult with someone about this. Alright, so once you wait for your processing, normally it will take about 3 to 12 months. Alright, once you are approved, then you will get your PR card. Okay, it's a My PR card. Let me see if I can find a picture online. It will look something like this. If I don't have, I look weird pointing at an empty screen. Okay, so yeah, you have to renew it every 5 years. That's the only requirement. So in terms of processing times, this is where the big difference comes in from MM2H to PR. MM2H, you will be approved within 3 months because yeah, you got to just fork out a lot of money. PR, the processing times is 3 to 12 months. But if your case is complicated, then it will take anywhere from 2 to 5 years. Now for the cost, this is the difference. MM2H, the cheapest pass is the SFZ pass, and you got to put like what, 60,000 or 30,000 US dollars inside and buy a property and stuff. For the PR, your application fee is 500 ringgit, and the only other fee is your document translation and certification, which if you're coming from a non-English country, then you would have to pay it. But I think maximum is about 1,000 ringgit. But you can do it yourself elsewhere though. Yeah, and lawyer fees, which is optional but highly recommended because you don't want to spend 6-7 months or 12 months trying to get it approved only to find out you missed out on a few documents and you have to repeat the whole process again. Now let's go for common mistakes that leads to rejection. Missing or incorrect documents. Obviously, this happens like 70% of the time. Alright, not enough savings or unclear proof of funds. If there's some hanky-panky going on with your proof of funds and your money is like in somebody else's account, so all of this is a no-go. Alright, security concerns, even minor criminal records will be a rejection for you. So yeah, not meeting language or residency rules, the basic requirement. So to increase your chances, work with a trusted immigration lawyer. They will make sure everything is correct and they will definitely have to avoid delays. You have to pay a price. Of course, it is going to be pricey. I'm not sure what's the price like, but do talk to them, consult with them, and ask them what are their rates and see if they can give you a discount. Right? Lawyers always work based on a fee, so yeah, hopefully they can help you guys out. Now, maintaining PR status and what if you want to move towards citizenship? So it's very simple. To keep your PR, you must just live in Malaysia for a period of 90 to 180 days per year, and then report any changes within 14 days, like if you change your address, job, marriage, anything like that, just update them. And renew your PR card every 5 years, which we do with our license and identification card as well. So it's a standard procedure. File taxes if you earn money in Malaysia. Yeah, just do the basic stuff. Basically be a good citizen and you're good. Your PR won't be revoked. That's it. Just don't carry out any crime. Now, to become a Malaysian citizen, you must live in Malaysia for at least 10 years. You need to speak the national language, Bahasa Malaysia, fluently, of course. And Malaysia does not recognize dual citizenship. So this means that you need to renounce your old citizenship. But these are for die-hard fans of Malaysia who really love Malaysia and you just want the Malaysian passport, right? Then yeah, this is for you. But other than that, you want to live here for the next 10-20 years, PR is good. MM2H, there's a very big requirement because you're not tied to the country, you can leave anytime. PR is a much better option if you're planning to stay here for more than 10-15 years. So, getting a PR in Malaysia takes time, but the benefits are worth it. See, the benefits are what MM2H applicants want. You can live here forever, you can work freely, you can invest, open up a business, you can buy any property you want, and access to public services. That's everything that MM2H applicants have been asking me that if they can do it in MM2H. All you gotta do is go to Malaysian PR. You're not tied to the country, but you do have a PR card. So if you are serious about PR, consider working with immigration experts to make your application smooth. So if you want to know about MM2H, check out my next video where I explain which option is better for you. And comment below if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer them, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.